Hello, and welcome to Southport Congregational Church Mission Partner Interviews with representatives from each of our charities we support here in the greater Bridgeport community. Today, we are here with Charles Grady, the CEO and founder of Hang Time and Her Time. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning, Ms. Laura. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. It's great to have you here.
Great to be here. I want to thank you for just inviting me to come on for this time. This is a great pleasure for me to be able to speak about what we're doing, and thank you and Southport Congregational Church for all that you've done for us.
Oh, thanks. It's great to have you here. So why don't you share with our viewers a little bit about what Hang Time is?
So Hang Time, in a nutshell, is, and it's so funny trying to do the Reader's Digest version of what Hang Time is, but it is a community support network. We are not a service provider, although we do provide some services depending on triage assessment of someone's needs. That is a faithful Hang Time attendee or member. But Hang Time overall is basically a community support group. And we focus primarily on those individuals coming home from incarceration who otherwise have major challenges in getting employment, finding housing, and being able to reset their lives and move forward. So it all started when I was working for the U.S. Attorney's Office, running a program in Bridgeport, Hartford, and New Haven focused on gun violence and recidivism rates and how to combat that and turn that around and help individuals reset their lives if they really wanted to change their lives. And what I found during that program was that most individuals had nothing to do. So they're displaced, they have no home, they're sleeping on couch to couch, couch surfing from day to day, week to week. Most of them weren't getting any hot meals and so forth. And they're too proud to say that they're at the bottom of the barrel and needed a lift up. So I realized that you could tell someone to go get a job, but if on Monday you tell them to go on Friday and they don't have any means to get there or do anything, most often they're not making it to that job interview. So I wanted to give individuals like that something positive to do and be a part of throughout the downtime when they weren't looking for a job or when they weren't being hired. And I got together with about 8 ex-offenders and an assistant U.S. attorney by the name of Mike Gustafson from U.S. Attorney's Office. Shout out to Mike. And we literally sat down with these guys in a room, watching a football game, eating snacks, and got them to open up and talk about what was bothering them and so forth. And it was literally just hanging out. And hence I came up with the term, let's get some hang time in. And that's how the whole thing started. But within 14 days, 15 days, that 8 individuals turned into 30. And then 5 years later, we started in 2014, 6 years later, we are at a capacity of 35, 40, sometimes 50 individuals in that room every single Tuesday in Bridgeport.
That's terrific. And so what are some of the topics that you discuss with them?
So one of the things that we do is we have a variation of topics. So we always try to start out with a history lesson, some type of history that they might not have learned in school. And remember, a lot of these individuals dropped out of school before high school or never even attended secondary school. So we try to give them a sense of history, a lot of self-history, a lot of history about their culture and where they come from and that sort of thing. But they're guaranteed to learn something that they never knew before they came in there at every hang time session. They're guaranteed for a hot meal at every hang time session, and they're guaranteed to be accepted as human beings, as peers. There is no titles that matter in hang time. Everyone is there on equal footing, and every opinion is respected. Now, we may not agree with each other, but that's the beauty of what hang time is that we get to iron out and hear what someone else's opinion is of the same topic. So what we do is we show a topic, a brief video clip of a topic, and all of this is planned in advance, and we have the entire room have a discussion about this topic. And I and several of our staff members, we moderate these conversations to just help shape and mold how important it is for people to be able to express themselves. And you'd be amazed at how the simple idea of them being able to speak their mind and not being told, oh, you can't say that because you might offend Johnny, and you can't do, we don't have that. The rule in hang time is real talk with respect. And everyone can be heard, everyone is respected, And it's amazing. We have everyone in that room, from state prosecutors to, we've had federal judges, we've had business owners, we've had clergy, you name it, we've had everyone in that room, along with individuals who were formerly incarcerated. And it really is a microcosm of a greater society that we're trying to create, where people are respectful of each other, loving, and hear each other through communication. So the topics vary. We've had every kind of topic you could imagine, from debt to China, that U.S. debt to China. We've had whether or not who invented the moonwalk. I mean, we have some very surface conversations, and we have some very in-depth conversations. We've talked about root causes of trauma, and it's amazing what people reveal in that room, because they're comfortable and they're among family and friends. I mean, most people will tell you, you come to Hang Time, it's like a family.
So speaking of families, in a lot of families, the women are an equal and important part of the family. So I believe that those women might have reached out to you and said, "Hey, what about us?" So what do you do for the women?
Well, the real irony of this is, when we started, as I said, we had eight men, and it was fully intended to be a good old boy network where guys would come together and talk about their experiences and work together, support each other. And then a lot of those men who were not mandated, so our program is not mandated by any government agency or anyone else. So those men were coming to Hang Time every Tuesday faithfully for 2 hours, and their girlfriends, wives, or babies' mothers didn't believe that they were actually going someplace voluntarily. So they started to say, "I don't believe you're going here. You must have another girlfriend or something. So I'm going to go and check this thing out." And so slowly but surely, more and more women would come. And of course, we don't turn anyone away. We turn no one away. I mean, we've had homeless people, we've had professors and archaeologists in that room. No one gets turned away. So when the women started coming, it hit me very hard that, you know what, there aren't many programs exclusively for women that help support them. Because a lot of times when guys in particular are incarcerated, guys and or women are incarcerated, their significant other, the spouses, or parent of their child, is working 2 jobs, trying to hold down the household, trying to keep things together, and the mental toll that it takes on them trying to do everything by themselves without a partner, because that partner is incarcerated. So I decided we're going to create an exclusive women's group called Her Time. So we have Hang Time for everybody. It's diverse, it's mixed, but Her Time is exclusively for women. And the motto is unify, unite, and unwind. So we give those mothers who have several kids or have a child and they're working 2 jobs, we give them a chance to come in, bring their kids. We have childcare provided. So the kids are in the room right next door with some interns, as well as professional staff that are working with the kids at various ages and levels, while the mothers are learning about different resources that are available to them in the community, different job opportunities, different trainings, and so forth. And they get to just be among their peers and women and talk. Women talk. I've never even attended. I've never stepped foot in a Her Time session. It's exclusively for women.
That's fabulous. So, I know that this is groundbreaking work. I know that you've expanded it into other cities in Connecticut. I think you have three different parts now: Hartford, and your third, New Haven.
So we have Hartford, New Haven, Waterbury, and Bridgeport in total. Hartford is down right now because we're looking at new locations and so forth. So we're on a hiatus in Hartford. But the reality is that we've expanded to 4 cities, 4 of the largest cities in the state that have the highest concentration of violence and incarceration. So we have been highly, highly effective at creating and recreating the same family environment that we started in Bridgeport 5.5 years ago. And so the formula is working. And it's a simple formula of hitting a community, identifying those in that community that are influencers and can make people want to come and be a part of something positive.
That's awesome. So 4 programs, I imagine this costs a little bit of money. So where does your funding come from?
So we're pretty unique in that sense. And we are funded through small grants. So we apply to small grants, typically foundational grants and state grants that come around. And we fall into a bunch of different categories. So small grants, kind fund donations, and different partners throughout the state that see the value in the work that we're doing in that room. We also have professional mental health experts sitting in on the session so that if a topic or an issue arises where someone wants, reveals something very, very painful in their past or traumatic, whatever, we can guide that person over to that professional that they can meet with later without the stigma of going to a building that says mental health, and it seems to have worked wonders. We also do a lot of work with families and so forth. So it does become costly, and we get a lot of our donations from organizations like Southport Congregational Church. Your church has been amazing. And, the fact that you're not located in Bridgeport, Hartford, Waterbury, New Haven has just really sung volumes to me about the giving and the heart of the people in that congregation. I visited, and there's no better feeling than having people be concerned for other individuals and not look for anything in return for it, just to feel that they're helping. And every dime, every dollar actually goes directly to individuals who need it, whether it's rental assistance, whether it's bus passes to go to and from a job interview. There's a various amount of things, and we have had members from Southport Congregational Church attend and become a part of Hang Time family. So a shout out to each and every one of those members that have been a part of Hang Time. I miss you guys.
Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure working alongside of you. And Southport Congregational Church, since its inception in 1843, has always had the belief that our responsibility is to our neighbors right next door. So it's a pleasure that we found you. And I thank you so much for being here and joining me for this interview.
Thank you for giving us a platform and being so supportive as you have been. And again, we love everyone over there. Hang Time is family with Southport Congregational Church.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us for this SCC Mission Partner interview with Charlie Grady. To find out more about Hang Time and Her Time and its commitment to the Bridgeport community, follow the link below. And to find out more about Southport Congregational Church, our missions and programs, and to join us live for a Sunday worship, click our link below. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.